Welcome to BOE Films. Today we going to see a action and scientific movie released in 2022 named Jurassic World Dominion. As the film opens, we are shown 4 years after the fall of Jurassic World. Now dinosaurs live among humans and hunt themselves. This is causing a lot of harm to the people and some people are illegally buying and selling dinosaurs. Meanwhile, a company called Biosyn Genetics, where different types of dinosaurs are studied, headed by Louis Dodgson, showed up. After that, Claire and Gia later go to the place at night where the dinosaurs kept in captivity. Seeing them in captivity, both feeling very bad, Clary and Gia begin to take out a dinosaur from there. Franklin Webb would have been with him. Then the three of them start taking the dinosaurs out of there together. Then the workers there saw the three of them and attacked them. But all three escaped from there. Afterwards, Owen Grady is shown capturing and controlling a different species of dinosaur, and he wants to send all of those dinosaurs to safety. So these dinosaurs cannot be hunted. Later, a scene of Maisie Lockwood is shown. The same woman who freed all the dinosaurs at the end of Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. Like her mother, she too has a lot of attachment to dinosaurs. Maisie is bored in her house, so she goes from her house to the city, where she sees 2 huge dinosaurs. Maisie then comes home to live with Claire and Owen. They both treat Maisie as their child. So Owen and Claire get very worried about Maisie whenever she leaves home and goes into town without informing them, because many people are watching Maisie. That's when we see the blue one watching Owen from the forest. She then runs off to the forest and we see that Blue has child and whom Owen is teaching to hunt. Later in the evening, Owen talks to Maisie and explains to her that she shouldn't go into town alone because she could be in danger. But Maisie is very bored, living her life, and is very upset about being controlled by both of them in this way. She wants to know about her and her family. After that, a scene is shown of a farm where 2 children come to feed the chickens. Only several large locusts attack from the farm. After that, Dr. Ellie, a paleontologist, was called to examine the site. She finds that the insects are very dangerous to the environment, they eat all the crops wherever they go, and because of this, the world can have food shortages. She leaves with an insect caught by the children. Then Dr. Ellie meets Dr. Allen. Dr. Allen is a paleontologist and they are both very happy to see each other. Dr. Ellie tells Dr. Allen about the insect created by the Biosyn company, but Dr. Ellie doesn't have any concrete evidence about it. That's why she asks Dr. Allen to take her with he to Biosyn. So she can go there and take the DNA of the insect produced by that company and confirm that the insect released is from Biosyn. Here Maisie is doing some work near her house. That's when the blue baby came in, whom Maisie called Beta. Maisie gives him something to eat and Blue also comes there. Then at Owen's command, Blue runs off into the forest. Because Owen is trained Blue. Owen goes to forest to see Blue and Beta. But he doesn't take Maisie with him, which makes Maisie angry and head for town. Then some people in the forest attacked Blue and abducted his child. Here on the bridge some people also kidnap Maisie. Owen and Claire then set out to rescue Maisie. Blue comes and gets angry after Blue child is kidnapped. Owen promises Blue that he will bring her baby back. Later, Owen and Claire meet Franklin Webb, who works at a company in town. There, Franklin tells the two of them about the smuggler, Rain Delancourt. Afterwards, Franklin tells them both about Barry Sinbane. In the first part of Jurassic World, Barry worked with his good friend Owen at Genetics. But Barry is now a secret agent. The two then set off to find Maisie and Beta. Dr. Ellie and Dr. Allen arrive at Biosyn, where they meet Ramsey Cole, Biosyn's head of communications. The two then went to see Dr. Lan Malcolm. Dr. Lan Malcolm works as a mathematician and philosopher at the Biosyn company. Dr. Ellie is assisted by Dr. Malcolm, who gives Dr. Ellie a device so that she can enter the Biosyn company lab. We see Dr. Henry working in Biosyn, the creator of those insects that are so dangerous to the environment. For this reason he is very sad because he cannot control them. And he is looking for a way to change the DNA of those insects to prevent them from harming the environment. Then Louis Dodgson gets a call from Soyona Santos and we learn that Soyona Santos works for Louis Dodgson. Maisie and Peeta's kidnapper sends them both to Biosyn for research. There we see a pilot named Kayla Watts. Kayla Watts is a contract pilot who usually works for Biosyn. At some point in her adult life, Kayla joined the Air Force but left for unknown reasons. After leaving the Air Force, Kayla began flying illegal cargo in and out of Mombasa, where he was spotted by Biosyn, who then hired him to fly and sell their own illegal cargo, such as prehistoric animals living in an underground market in Malta. Kayla Watts sees Maisie there but says nothing about her. Here Owen and Claire meet Barry. Later the three of them reach the black market to find Maisie and Beta. Various types of animals are bought and sold illegally. Even Kayla Watts was there to sell a dinosaur. When Claire visits Kayla, she asks her about Maisie, but Kayla doesn't tell her anything about Maisie. Here smuggler Rain Delancourt meets Soyuna Santos. Soyuna Santos brought with her 4 Atroraptors. She tells him that these Atroraptors can be used as weapons. Whatever the laser light is aimed at, these Atroraptors attack them. Then she's going to make a deal with a smuggler to send the Atroraptor somewhere. Just then they are surrounded by some agent. Then they all ran away. Owen tries to catch the kidnapper. A truck with an Atroraptor was parked here as the truck met with an accident. All the Atroraptor cages fall out of the truck. Here Owen tries to catch a smuggler at the black market, where dinosaurs attack the smuggler. Asking him about Maisie, he says he doesn't know where they are taking Maisie. The dinosaur then breaks free and eats the smuggler. Here Barry walked over to the truck. Soyuna Santos then releases the 4 Atroraptors from the cage. The names of those 4 Atroraptors are Ghost, Tiger, Red and Panthera. Using the laser light, Soyuna gets Barry attacked by a Atroraptor. Just then Claire comes to Soyuna. Soyuna started running from here. A fight then breaks out between them and Claire learns through Soyuna that Maisie is being taken to Biosin. Then an Atroraptor reaches there. Soyuna attacked Claire by using Atroraptor and Claire starts running. Owen takes Barry out of there. Then they caged an Atroraptor together. Here Kayla helps Claire, but the Atroraptor runs to attack her. As soon as Soyuna gets there, Barry grabs her. It was then that Owen learned from Claire that they were taking Maisie to Biosin. Then Owen took the bike and started going there. But some Atroraptor are placed behind the oven by Soyuna, and Owen is running away from the attack of the Atroraptor. Kayla and Claire get on a plane. Just then Owen also arrives, but 2 Atroraptor follow him. Before the plane took off, Owen got on the plane. An Atroraptor also get on the plane, but knocked down by Owen bike. Then all 3 fly towards Biosin. Once Maisie is brought to Dr. Henry with Beta, he reveals that her mother, Charlotte Lockwood, worked with her. Charlotte is one of the best geneticists. The Charlotte video diaries also revealed that she was pregnant with Maisie and showed her infant on screen. Henry says Charlotte had a genetic disease that killed her when Maisie was very young. To prevent Maisie from suffering the same disease, she cures her daughter's clone with a gene therapy, which Henry struggles to reproduce. So Dr. Henry wants to know how his mother fixed her through DNA, so he can correct his mistake by modifying the DNA of the insect he created. Here Dr. Allen and Ellie go into the lab where the insect is kept to take samples of the insect, but by then all the insects attack them. Then they both leave the place and Dr. Ellie gets the insect sample. Here Maisie frees Beta and starts running, only then does she meet Dr. Allen and Ellie. Then the 3 started running together to get out of there. Lewis gets Kayla plane was attacked by a Quetzalcoatlus and his plane crashed. Owen sent Claire down by parachute. Because the plane has only 1 parachute. But Quetzalcoatlus destroys her parachute, causing her to fall down. Owen and Kayla land on an icy area there with the plane. Ramsey Cole helps 3 escape via underground Hyperloop transportation. After falling, Claire gets stuck in a tree. Just then comes the Trichinosaurus, a herbivorous dinosaur with long pointed claws. Claire starts to run, but the Trichinosaurus start chasing her, so she hides under the water to get away from him. After a while the Trichinosaurs leave. Owen and Kayla exit the plane, where the ice freezes over the water. So they start moving slowly. Just then they are attacked by a Pyroraptor, a different type of dinosaur that can swim in water. They both somehow escape and find Claire through a device. Here Lewis learns of Dr. Allen's intentions by seeing the insect outside the lab. That's why he stopped the Hyperloop going into the tunnel near a cave. Dr. Malcolm is fired from the company for helping Dr. Ellie and Allen. Here, Owen and Kayla reach the forest, where a Tyrannosaurus arrives after smelling the blood of a dead deer. But just then the Giganotosaurus arrives and the 2 start fight. Giganotosaurus is very dangerous and powerful, so Tyrannosaurus must run from there. Here the dinosaurs attack all 3 inside the cave. When Dr. Malcolm and Ramsey Cole learn that the 3 of them have been tracked into the cave, they help the 3 and brought them out of the cave. Claire walks through the woods where a dinosaur attacks her, when Owen and Kayla come and save her. Here Lewis Dodgson prepares to run by transferring some data from the computer to his phone. So he burnt the insects and started coming out of there. Then all the insects came out through the upper path and spread throughout the forest, gradually catching fire. This causes the vehicle in which Dr. Malcolm is taking the people out to crash, but no one is hurt. Later everyone meets up with Owen, Claire and Kayla and they all talk together about getting out. Just then the Tyrannosaurus attacks them and everyone tries to escape. Then they all escape through a passage and enter the company from there. After that, they all plan to get out of there. Owen, Maisie, and Dr. Allen go to find Beta. As Maisie restrains Beta, Owen sedates Beta and begins to take Beta with him. Here Lewis gets trapped inside the tunnel due to the light cutting, and then he tries to get out of the tunnel. Then some dinosaurs attack him and he is killed. Everyone is about to leave when Dr. Henry gets there and says he wants to fix his mistake by changing the insect's DNA. Maisie understood his point. After that, someone agrees to take him with them. Then Kayla brings out a plane. But Giganotosaurus is too strong, so he starts killing Tyrannosaurus. While Owen, Maisie, and Claire are trapped there, Kayla fires another type of gun to save them, which causes the Tyrannosaurus to arrive and start a fight between them. After that, the Tyrannosaurus regains consciousness and attacks the Giganotosaurus, killing the Giganotosaurus. And everyone escapes from there by plane. Dr. Henry then modifies the insect's DNA so that they do not harm the environment. Here in the forest, all the dinosaurs start to live freely. Owen brings the blue baby to the Blue. Blue is very happy to have her baby. Then she leaves for the forest with her child. Maisie is also now living happily with Owen and Claire. Thus a movie has a happy ending here. Comment how you liked the story of